At 40 degrees below zero, something strange happens. Fahrenheit and Celsius, two scales that rarely agree, collapse into the exact same number. -40 is -40, no matter how you measure it. And somewhere on a frozen ridgeline right now, a soldier is trying to do three ordinary things in that cold: eat a meal, get a few hours of sleep, and stay alive long enough to fight. None of it is ordinary at 40 below. The food won't keep him warm enough. The sleep could kill him. And the air itself is hunting the bare skin on his face. This is what it actually takes to survive on the frozen front line, and by the end, you'll understand why the cold, not the enemy, is the thing these soldiers fear the most. For 2 decades, modern militaries focused their doctrines on the dry heat of Iraq and the high ridges of Afghanistan. But the global map is shifting. As rising temperatures melt polar ice, the Arctic is reopening, exposing untapped resources and brand new shipping corridors like the Northern Sea Route. Russia is already capitalizing on this thaw, building a dense network of coastal airfields, radar sites, and sub-zero military bases. In response, NATO expanded its northern footprint, absorbing Finland and Sweden to secure the high-latitude frontier. This geographical shift changes the fundamental military equation. The primary question is no longer whether Western forces will have to fight in the extreme cold, but whether their soldiers can survive there long enough to try. At -40 degrees, the Fahrenheit and Celsius scales converge in a zone of absolute hostility. Here, ordinary tasks like clearing a rifle jam or tightening a strap become immediate struggles against physical failure. The environment is the primary adversary, and military doctrine approaches this threat through a strict thermodynamic calculation: heat in versus heat out. The human body functions as a furnace, attempting to maintain a core temperature of 98 degrees. Yet in this extreme cold, that warmth rapidly drains through exposed skin, respiration, hands, and feet. Thermometers tell only half the story. Wind chill is the honest operational metric, dictating how fast the airstrip mines bodily warmth. When the wind rises, exposed flesh can freeze in under 10 minutes. Touching bare metal or spilling fuel acts as an instant thermal siphon, pulling heat from tissue faster than air, causing immediate and destructive freeze injuries. Survival on the frozen front line requires strict moisture discipline. The military's most counterintuitive operational rule is simple: do not sweat. During heavy physical exertion, excess clothing traps perspiration inside the fabric, soaking the protective layers. The moment physical activity stops, this trapped moisture freezes, turning a warm uniform into a dangerous icy wrap that rapidly siphons core heat. To prevent this, soldiers follow a rigorous routine, stripping down to light base layers before starting physical work, then layering back up immediately at the halt. Modern operations rely on the extended cold weather clothing system, a modular kit of 12 separate garments configured into 7 distinct layers. Within this system, the bulky Level 7 parka, colloquially called the marshmallow suit, is never worn during movement. It is a static survival garment designed exclusively to preserve life when soldiers are forced to remain still. On the frozen front line, food operates as a direct combat resource. Under temperate conditions, an active soldier burns roughly 3,000 calories a day. In the Arctic, that baseline becomes completely irrelevant. The thermodynamic toll of maintaining a stable core temperature in sub-zero air drives the body's energy demands to extreme levels, forcing daily requirements into the 4,000 to 6,000 calorie range. This massive energy deficit is well documented. During tactical deployments on Canada's Baffin Island, field measurements showed soldiers burning well over 4,000 calories a day during continuous physical work. In 2023, a Norwegian military winter training study recorded peaks climbing past 5,000 calories daily. Standard military meals cannot match this rate of rapid depletion. Even specialized high-fat cold weather rations fail to fully bridge the gap, leaving soldiers in a constant state of negative energy balance. The physiological toll of this deficit manifests rapidly. Within just 1 week of running a caloric deficit, clinical testing reveals systemic inflammation, accelerated muscle damage, and sharp drops in regulating hormone levels. Without massive, continuous refueling, the body's metabolic furnace begins to fail. The physical reality of Arctic warfare is absolute. If a soldier cannot consume enough fuel to match the environmental demand, the freezing temperature will slowly eat them from the inside out. In the extreme cold, sleep is an active, disciplined survival task. Soldiers pitch shelter tents directly onto the hard-packed snow, crowding up to 10 troops inside a single canopy to pool their collective body heat. A small stove provides a baseline of warmth, but the primary defense is the modular sleep system. This layered setup nests a lightweight patrol bag inside a heavy intermediate cold weather bag, all wrapped in a waterproof bivy cover. This triple barrier design carries a survival rating of -40 degrees, but this metric guarantees safety rather than comfort. Experienced veterans know that to avoid shivering all night, you must add 10 to 20 degrees to any military rating. Inside the tent, the air grows heavy and quiet. Exhausted troops lie perfectly still inside their nylon cocoons, realizing that any sudden movement can break the fragile seal of trapped warmth, allowing the ambient cold to instantly seep back in. Lying awake in the dark, they calculate the hours, relying on their own metabolic furnace and the tight layers of the bivy to keep them alive until dawn. Roughly 500 cold weather injuries are recorded annually across the American military. Frostbite accounts for more than half of these cases, with the Army suffering the highest rate. But the cold does not just injure, it kills with terrifying speed. In 1995, 4 Army Rangers died of hypothermia during a swamp training exercise in Florida, proving that sub-zero temperatures are not required for a fatal environmental cascade. Water remains the most feared threat because cold shock can trigger an involuntary gasp and take away motor control long before hypothermia even sets in. To survive, soldiers cannot rely on myths of cinematic toughness popularized by television hosts like Bear Grylls. They must rely on absolute discipline. During the British Royal Marines' ice-breaking drill in northern Norway, troops execute a tethered jump into a frozen lake, manage their pack, locate their ski poles, and answer a service number question before climbing out. This is not a stunt. It is a clinical test of panic control under sudden, extreme cold. Subscribe to follow more untold military history. At the Northern Warfare Training Center in Black Rapids, Alaska, soldiers face 60-mile-an-hour winds and deep snow to learn these survival rules. Under the guidance of legendary instructors like Father Winter, troops learn that Arctic survival requires precise engineering rather than raw bravado. Every piece of gear is designed for this thermodynamic calculus. The bulbous rubber bunny boots use sealed air pockets to trap heat, featuring an integrated pressure valve that must be opened before flight to prevent them from bursting at altitude. These boots lock directly into specialized ski bindings, giving infantrymen instant over-snow mobility. For heavy movement, the military is fielding the Swedish-built Beowulf, an articulated, tracked amphibious vehicle designed to crawl over deep drifts and frozen swamps. This hardware supports a massive structural realignment. In 2022, the Army reactivated the 11th Airborne Division, the Arctic Angels, uniting 12,000 Alaska-based soldiers under one flag. Surviving at -40 requires this calculated system of doctrine, gear, and organization, leaving no room for error. As the northern ice retreats, the race for the top of the world begins. Future victory will not be decided by advanced technology, but by the soldiers who can survive this lethal frozen environment. Subscribe for more deep dives into modern warfare.